Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and welcome back to part 3 of my Horse Ranch Let's Play. I have a feeling both of these Sims are about to hate my guts. And the reason for that will be explained after, of course, little Blair gets back from school, but for now, we're just gonna focus on his mum a little bit. Joyce is actually over here attempting. Big emphasis on the word attempting to make a fruit salad for breakfast. All this woman knows is salads. Not because it's a salad, but like literally that's like the only thing she knows how to do. Like she's not very good at cooking. And also that isn't helped by the fact that she apparently woke up and now has shampoo in her eyes after her little morning shower. But as we discussed in the last part, or I mean, I guess as we figured out in the last part, I didn't actually plan for that to be a part of this like let's play and the storylines, but you know, when The Sims throws me a bone, I will absolutely chase it. We discovered that little Thunder isn't that great at jumping, or at least right now isn't that talented. I think she can learn to love it, but Joyce obviously wants to see Blair achieve his goals. Like she knows that this kid has dreamed of it since practically he could talk. He always wanted to know how to ride horses. He always wanted to be the best at it. He wanted that ultimate title of being the champion. And obviously she's like very impressed that he's managed to win his first competition that he's ever entered. She's like, oh my god, he actually does have the talent for it and he has the dedication. But I want to encourage that even more. So secretly she is gonna help Thunder practice her jumping. I don't know how he's gonna feel about that. I don't know how he's gonna react when it actually comes out, if it will even come out. The teacher announces some outdoor study time to get the kids out the classroom for a while. Should Blair take his studying outside or just go hang outside with his friends, he will definitely choose to study. He made the productive, non-frivolous choice and he got an extra half an hour of study time in. Excellent. This will definitely make a difference come college application time. I think this is so sweet of Joyce. Like, she definitely is still like pretty good at riding. She just hasn't done it in a very long time. She definitely, like, I feel also grew up riding horses, but like more in the sense, like I said last time, for the aesthetic of riding horses. I felt like it was the thing that was like done. And so she wanted to like be part of the popular clique and she wanted to impress those girls. So she also rode horses. So she's definitely still got it in her. She's like a level 6 in horse riding. She's just not about this life, you know. She's not about the steaming poop that the horses give off. Obviously, as we know, I can't actually check it right now because Blair is in school and you can't see kids' inventories when they're in school, which is, I just think is so silly. Like, I really don't understand why that is programmed to be that way. Like, let me tell the stories that I want to tell. He has the robotics project that he brought home from school yesterday and he's yet to do it, but the teacher has obviously noticed a little bit of tension between him and Ash and placed them together, wants them to work together, wants them to bond over some schoolwork. So it is a group project just with the two of them. This is why I think he's gonna end up hating my guts. So once he gets back home from school, we are gonna send him over to the Briscoe household and they're gonna attempt to work on that project together. Who knows how it is gonna go? I feel like Joyce will be all for it. She'll be like, oh my god, a new friend. I feel like he kind of keeps himself to himself. Like, he doesn't really tell her about like anything that goes on in school other than like his grades, because he kind of thinks that that's all she'll care about. I just feel sorry for Joyce. I think she's a darling. I think she's a sweetheart. Damn, Joyce is actually killing it. She has not knocked over like the jumps whatsoever. Maybe Thunder just performs better for Joyce. Just clearly needed a woman's touch. And she reached jumping level 4. Thunder will now become less fatigued and perform better when using horse jumps. I wonder if he's actually gonna notice this. this. I wonder if he's gonna notice the difference. I feel like he is literally such a, like, an attention to details kind of guy that he probably will. He's gonna be like, oh, Thunder's riding a little bit differently. Like, she's actually seems to be doing a lot better on these jumps. What the heck has happened? Joyce is gonna take one for the team here. She's gonna put all the manure in her inventory. Obviously, he's kind of told her that he's got a group project and who with, and she knows the Briscoe family really well, and she obviously, like, really enjoys their nectar, and it's like, oh, I know that they have a dedicated, like, grape garden, obviously, like, they are gardeners alongside being nectar makers, so I will package this manure up for them, and then Blair can take it over with him as a little gift for them. But obviously, before we head on over there, we are gonna do our homework. So can you sit down here? He wants to set, like, a good example for his little sister, so he's gonna try and, like, do his homework, like, next to her. Hillary, why are you getting in touch with, like, an 8-year-old? I don't think it's any of my business whether you should have a baby. I am a baby myself. I'm just a baby. I definitely think you should decide that one for yourself. Please keep me out. I would like to be excluded from this narrative. I've actually made a little promise to myself. It's literally like I have a teenager myself, and I'm like, well, how about I make the promise? If you do this, then we can move on with that. Outstanding work, Blair. I've noticed your impressive grades, which makes you eligible for early graduation. Would you like to? We are going to cancel out of it. However, I've decided if he manages to keep up his grades until Friday, he can actually graduate early, because it kind of makes sense with, like, his story, because graduating early would mean he would have to, like, obviously spend less time in school, and he could therefore, like, just work on the ranch and work on his horse like he was meant to. Let's encourage, yeah, we'll encourage his good grades for sure, and then we are also gonna encourage her doing her homework. See? She's a little supportive parent. This house is so bright. I feel like I need to take some of the lights out of this place. I feel like my game has been, like, overly bright recently, and nothing has changed about it. Like, I don't have a new reshade or anything. I've noticed it in this, and I've also noticed it in Growing Together. Ugh, Luke's home. Of course, he doesn't even come in and, like, say hi to the family. He just goes and takes himself off, probably to complete some reports or something. Oh, also, I did actually add in the little bathroom down here. Definitely way more usable. I'm actually thinking of turning this area. It's kind of just like a creative space at the minute. I'm thinking of turning this into a little man cave for him. He feels like the type of person who would have a man cave, which, speaking of, this is basically his man cave right now. There's, like, a cards table, and then this is disgusting. I literally have never ever said I hate a sim out loud, but I was making this and I physically, like, went to myself, I hate him. No matter how many, like, traditionally negative traits a sim's ever had, or how, like, multifaceted they have been, I've never outright said I hate someone, but he has this full-on, like, bar area that he's just, like, dedicated to himself. He's got, like, a little work shrine. It's vile. Ugh, it's so disgusting. I hate this man so much. Right, Blair, are you done with your homework? Oh my word, 6 p.m. and we haven't even started our group project yet. Oh my word, I always forget that they're such close neighbors. I feel like this ranch lot, like the 64 by 64, because it's got this little bridge in between, it literally feels as if they are so far away. Like, it feels like they're really closed off from the rest of this area. I think we're actually gonna kill two birds with one stone here, though. We're gonna go Mount Thunder and then ride her over, work on her endurance a little bit. So it is, always throws me off, over here. Oh my god, I love this lot so much. I can see why Dr. Ashley wanted to build on this lot. Like, I just think the surrounding area is so cool, and like it being like a little vineyard out here, obviously not usable, but so sick. And then this like little ramp up to it. It's a really, really interesting lot. Ugh, the fact that we have to go through a loading screen, even though we are literally already here. I so wish open neighborhoods were a thing in The Sims 4, like already. Like imagine just being able to spawn into that lot and it already be ready and not have to sit through this. I love Bonehilda. I love When Her Hips Don't Lie, but my word, it would be so handy if I didn't have to sit through this. This is gonna be interesting. Like I wonder how the family dynamic is gonna work with this. Constance is over here on the computer. Where the heck is Ash? Sol's cooking something up over here. Smells delicious. Right, Ash is upstairs. How about we first off ask about his hobbies and skills? We're gonna be like, look, do you have any helpful skills that are gonna help us with this class project? Like, can we just put aside our differences and like actually get working on this? Oh no. Oh, he's watching sports. Oh my god, the fact that we can figure out our differences. He's like, he doesn't want to talk to me. He's watching his sports. He doesn't play violin, but he does play guitar. That is something that you two actually have in common. See, we're figuring out the differences. Ash likes fitness, likes painting, and likes video games. They actually got a little bit friendly from that. Stop being mean to one another. You literally just found out that you had something in common. No, he's upset. He got under the covers to have a little cry. Blair, why are you like this? Why can't you just keep your words to yourself? What is going on here? Why is he not doing this project? I'm just gonna figure that out at a different time. Let's pretend that we did it. Aw, his mum, Constance, has actually just invited him to eat some dinner. So he's gonna grab a baked potato. We're actually gonna go give a howdy introduction to Sol. Tell him thank you for making us some dinner. I feel as if Constance has definitely heard a lot about Blair. I feel as if Ash is like very open with like talking about what's going on at school. Obviously, Blair only really talks about grades, whereas Ash comes home and is like, oh my god, this is really annoying kid in my class. Like, he is the son of the guy who like wants to start making nectar. Honestly, I very much think the Briscoe family have very much heard of Luke. Like, Luke has approached Sol so much to be like, I want to buy out your business. I'll buy it for millions. Like, give me the recipe and I will absolutely like take you even further than you've ever wanted to go. Obviously, Sol does not agree with that. Sol does not want to sell the business. Sol very much wants to keep it as a family thing. He obviously knows that Ash has an interest in it and therefore knows that it is going to go into the future. So I think Sol is a little bit wary of Blair. He's like, can I trust this kid in my house? Whereas Constance is just like, he's a teenager. Like, I will look after him. He is in our home. I'm gonna be a good host. He's not eating anything either. What the heck is happening with him? He's like really glitched out. I don't know how I'm 3 parts into this Let's Play and this save file is already glitched. And it doesn't seem to be this lot either, because like, these are all working absolutely fine. Like, these all seem to be doing interactions. However, we're gonna send him home, and I think we're actually gonna play as Ash for a little bit. Oh, weird. He can do it on his home lot. A school project's just broken where you can't do it on somebody else's lot. I've just realized Blair fully forgot to gift him the fertilizer, which is so annoying because I actually needed that. But it does give Blair another excuse to come around. Which, to be fair, I don't know if Ash is going to be the biggest fan of that. 2 days on the trot, that's too much Blair for him, thank you very much. He's woken up early, actually, to 1, make breakfast for the family, but also 2, he wants to harvest his potatoes. They are finally ready. Ooh, the strawberries are ready too. So he kind of wants to get, like, started on the nectar making, like, like, hopefully without his dad noticing that he's making anything different. He hasn't really spoken to his dad about it because he knows that his dad is like set in his ways and he doesn't want to like disrespect him. He just wants like to take the business further because he knows that it can go further if they didn't just stick to like one thing. I also think it's kind of like the perfectionist in him. Like, obviously he wants to get the recipe perfect before he approaches his dad. Like, he wants to have a good product so that his parents will like fully believe in him. Oop, Constance is actually awake, so she's gonna grab a serving. And because of that, we're actually gonna get a little bit secretive. He is gonna lock his door for everyone but himself, which honestly, if I had a teenager and they started like locking their door suddenly, I would be like, what's going on? Like, I'll respect it, but also I will be questioning it. And the reason for this is obviously he knows how nectar works. Like, we have all of our aging racks over here. The rack upstairs is what we have all of our like finely aged nectar in, and then these two are the starters. These middle two are the moderately aged ones, and then these are also finely aged. I will eventually like stock these more so it actually feels as if we have like a full-on business going, but for right now that's just the way that they are. I think I'm gonna like potentially hide this though, so I guess if we move over his wardrobe, is there anything behind that? No. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna shift his wardrobe over. Let's pretend he's done all this at night, like trying to be so quiet so he doesn't wake his parents up, and then we will grab this bad boy and just like slot it in here, and then we'll change it so it matches. Then just grab his little guitar. There's nothing suspicious about that whatsoever. Like, if you walk in, it just looks like a normal bedroom. Absolutely nothing to see here. But let's get some clothes to put on like top, try and hide it a little bit more. Teenage boys. Am I right? I'm saying that as if I know. To be fair, like I said at the beginning of this Let's Play, I am one of 7. So like, I have witnessed my brothers growing up. I don't know if he's even gonna get to do this before he goes to school, but why don't you come over here and harvest all of these for me, buddy, and then you can get making some nectar. I was thinking at first, like initially, like, is potato, I guess, the kind of like easier one to start with, but that's a vegetable. So I think going from like grape to strawberry, because they're like still both fruits, is probably the best way to experiment. So let's craft some nectar. We're gonna go for the strawberry nectar. Let's do it. Nice. The boys are awake now as well. Lonely recess. Last recess, no one wanted to play with me. No, stop, I'm gonna cry. We're gonna ask the other kids if you can join in. I actually need to get up both of their parenting skills because they both have really good parenting skills. Let's grab a serving of that for you, and then also for you. Everyone needs some food. Oh, he was gonna go talk to Ash. I will actually bring him over. We're gonna discuss the nectar. He's gonna be like, oh my god, like, Ash, you're finally doing it. Keep in mind, Cade is the like mastermind behind this. Like, he is the big brain energy. He's been helping Ash come up with like the process of what they're gonna do, like the actual like chemistry behind it. I'm really hoping that, oh, he smelt the eggs, and I was gonna say wakey eggs and bakey, but it's eggs and toast. Remember when there was a rumor going around that Sims 4 would have toasters, and like the Sims community, this was before it even came out, the community went wild because we were like, oh my god, we're gonna have toasters. I can't even remember why it started, that rumor. I don't know if it was like concept art, and then it came out and we didn't even get toasters. Eggs and toast is like one of the most basic things that you can make, but we don't have toasters in the game. Ash has acquired his first bottle of strawberry nectar. Sweet strawberry flavors tumble across the palate, frolicking together and igniting the senses. Why does that sound like it was written by Nigella Lawson? Mi croave. Fall in love with this nectar and maybe also the consenting individual next to you. Good Sims team. I'm glad we mentioned that word right there. Help Sims feel flirty. If nectar is at least lightly aged, a flirty feeling persists after nectar wears off. Leave nectar bottles unopened to let them age. Once a bottle reaches lightly aged, positive effects are enhanced and negative effects are reduced. Nectar bottles gain maximum simoleon value when they reach finely aged. Nectar will age moderately faster if stored in a basement or cellar, which I did actually add a cellar onto this house. I kind of showed it a little bit previously, but obviously he's not going to start putting that one in the cellar at all. He does not want his parents to see it. So we're actually gonna pop it into this little rack right here. If we open it up, it says normal quality, made by Ash, and it has not yet aged, but he is definitely on his way. And Sol looks like he's coming in now, but it's fine because this just looks like it's grapes. It doesn't look like strawberries have been in there at all. I don't know what you mean. We got rid of the evidence. It is all good. I love how little Isaac has like run in here to be like, you're not doing fun things without me, are you? Like, you two have been spending too much time together. It's my turn to have Ash for a little bit. So he's gonna get a little bit jokey with Ash. I am gonna send Ash alone, and I'm also gonna wrap up this part here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you are still enjoying this Let's Play just as much as I am. I know we're just getting started, but I literally have so many ideas forming in this little brain of mine. So definitely tune in for the next one. I can assure you it's going to be very interesting indeed. I appreciate you always, and I will speak to you all then. Bye!